Since I rise from the storm and the storm and the morning light, you can find me below. Today is Wednesday, Hump Day, April 25th, 2018. My name is Hollywood J. Black, and this is the Ovatyme Sports Show. You may all be seated now. No, I'm just playing. This ain't church. This is just something better. Today is a wonderful day. You know why? Because we get to talk about something around this time that we all hold so true and dear to us. But it's not enough for me to talk about it. Let me invite my main man, Jim Mora, to talk about it. Jim Mora, what's going down? What's going down, sir? What? What? What?
Playoffs? What talking about? Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
Yes, it's that bad. We're going to be talking about the wonderful NBA playoffs, the even more wonderful NHL playoffs, because I'm always proud about the NHL playoffs because Vegas Golden Knights are in the second round. We all good, but ladies and gentlemen, we've had some things that we got to talk about. Playoffs. That's right. Playoffs. That's right. What's up? What's good, Mr. Lawrence? Hope everything is good, bro. Nice to see you out there. Man. So if anybody's been paying attention to the playoffs, it has been one heck of a ride. I mean, so far, we're in a good place. We kind of know where things are going to fall. We thought we had this figured out. We thought that we were riding pretty nice, right? We had this whole entire plan. We knew that Indiana was looking like a legitimate team. I mean, we thought the Wizards were going to come back and make this a series. That the OKC Thunder were going to be legit. And then LeBron James comes and spoils everything for everybody. As if you all didn't know, LeBron James hits the game winner in tonight's game. Oh, hit the wrong button. Playoffs. That's right, playoffs. LeBron James hits the game-winning shot for the Cavaliers to take the lead in the series 3-2 when the Indiana Pacers were just up 2-1 a few days ago. What happened? What happened, Indiana, huh? What happened? Somebody, anybody out there in Pacers land? Anybody? Somebody with a resemblance or a semblance of what the hell is going on? Because I don't know what the hell is going on. Indiana was supposed to beat that team. It was supposed to be that squad. Depot was supposed to be the future. What happened? Y'all was talking all that mess. I'm not even a Cavaliers fan. What happened? What happened, y'all? I ain't got no excuses for the team that's on my head. We played like shit. Hassan Whiteside played like shit. Everybody played like shit that last game. But Indiana's supposed to be the future. What happened? I think Dennis Green can explain a little bit better on what happened. Dennis, you there, sir? Let him know what happened. Let him know what the issue is.
Players are who we thought they were. That's why we took the damn field. Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook.
This is exactly what that was. Indiana thought they had the series in the bag. Indiana thought that this thing was over. Thank you, Dennis. Appreciate you. You can go back to doing whatever you was doing. They thought this series was over. It was a wrap. They thought everything was A-okay. And then LeBron James decides to show up, take the series 3-2. So that means that they've won 2 straight. We're now going back to Indiana for game 6. And if things just so happen to win that one, they have to win one in Cleveland just to end the series. They had a legitimate opportunity to end the series in Indiana with Game 6. They legitimately had an opportunity, and they flipping blew it. Who's to blame? Who is to blame? I have no fucking idea. Who's to blame, to be dead fucking honest? I have no idea. But I tell you one thing, though. I will tell you one thing. That they're going to use the swagger to get back up in this. And I would be very worried if I was the Eastern Conference. Yeah, I know that the West is better built for the championship. It's pretty much a foregone conclusion that the Western Conference is going to win the NBA title. But this is starting to make out for some real good TV. That's the thing I'm trying to get at. This is starting to make out for some real good, dramatic playoff basketball. And this playoffs that we have going on right now has been some of the best playoff basketball that I've ever seen. Like I said, we had some predefined things. Like, I didn't think that the Timberwolves were going to get stomped out by the Houston Rockets as bad as they've been getting stomped out by the Houston Rockets. I thought that the fact that you have Big Cat Karl Anthony Towns doing his thug thizzle was going to be enough. Nope. The Houston Rockets have determined they don't need a big man. And all they're just doing is tiring that big man out. They're just running them ragged. They got Derrick Rose running out there. Derrick Rose was the only reason they was even close in the last game that they just had. Now they got to go play another game. They're in Houston right now. You know they're going to close out that series. You know that it's a wrap. Matter of fact, there's 21-21 right now. 2:14 left in the first. Speaking of the shit that should have been closed out a long time ago, we have the Toronto Raptors beating the Washington Wizards 108-98. Now, there's no way in hell that an 8th seed should be even coming this close to a first seed. Toronto's barely winning the series 3-2. Washington has put up 2 flawless games. If John Wall shows up, you know this. That means Game 6 in DC. That means he's going back to Toronto for Game 7. Raptors getting worn out, and you can't be playing against trying to beat LeBron with your ass worn out, because the winner of this series has to go against the winner of the Pacers-Cavaliers series. And yes, I know it's not a foregone conclusion. I understand that. I understand that it's not a foregone conclusion. However, the statistics always show that the team that's up 3-2 always wins. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. That just is the way it is, right? So now we have that going on. We also have the Jazz about to mop the floor with OKC. They're up 37-29. Let's get the thing back up on here. They're up 37-29 in this current game right now. Your boy Donovan Spider Mitchell has been balling his ass out. I don't know what that man has been eating. I don't know if he got a special batch of Wheaties, some extra in the Gatorade, whether my wife made him lasagna before the game and he's just hyped up. I don't know what it is. However, the man is balling, and he's balling out of control. He's been balling all season, but these playoffs, he's been sticking it and taking the motherfuckers. If you were to tell me that a team with 2 rookies, Ricky Rubio and Rudy Gobert, and Joe Ingles, would thoroughly dominate a team that had Russell Westbrook, Carmelo Anthony, and Paul Pierce on it, I would have think that you've been smoking the finest of meth and you need to go get you a new batch, because obviously you're hallucinating somewhere. But ladies and gentlemen, that is exactly what's happening here. Exactly what's happening. These boys in OKC are getting their asses handed to them, and not in a good way. I mean, of course, when you get your ass handed to you, it's never in a good way. But the whole thing about it is this. Has the time passed? Has the game passed some of these cats by? I mean, we were just this close. We were just this close to seeing LeBron eliminated from the playoffs. The only teams that have stepped up, that are still stepping up, are your boys Golden State, which they always stepping up, and Houston. They both play different types of ball when we know that these rookies are not going to be able to deal with Golden State and Houston for 48 minutes. So you can just forget about that. But the big question that you have to ask As the game passed these coaches by, are they not utilizing these people to their potential? It makes me wonder. It makes me wonder if that's the case. It legitimately makes me wonder if they're not equipped to deal with today's more athletic, faster, stronger, tougher, and teams that people that listen. That 1 year in college is actually, making people listen. Who knows? That's the big question that I have. Has the game passed them by? Has the game passed these coaches by? I don't know. Maybe you should have some former players that are younger start coaching these really, really young players. Because that's what's going on everywhere else. That seems like to be like the most logical thing, the next logical progression in how this goes. These old coaches are getting stomped out. And you would think that Billy Donovan, a former college coach, but no, getting stomped out. It's rough out there. It's hard. It's a hard knock life out there for these suckers out here. You know what I mean? But don't let me spell it out for you. Don't take my word for it. The proof is in the pudding. The proof is right there in front of everybody else. So yesterday, and speaking of which, so another changing of the guard. The 76ers, yes, they were the dominant team. We knew that in this series, they were riding a winning streak. They rode a 15-game winning streak into the playoffs. They won one more game. They lost to the Heat, and then they won 3 more games. And that was bye-bye Heat. And that was it. Again, it's one of those situations where has the game passed them by? Hassan Whiteside's a young baller, too, but he's a center. And he is nowhere. And I want to let you guys know, I have a Hassan Whiteside jersey. I am a fan of Hassan Whiteside, and I love the way that baller Whiteside balls, okay? With that said, there is no way in hell that man is better than Joel Embiid. A healthy Joel Embiid is, dare I say it, is probably the best center in the NBA right now, if not maybe within the last 5 years. And keep in mind, Shaq, I think, retired, 7 years ago, 8 years ago, somewhere around there? But right now is the best center in basketball, and you have to respect it. You got these dudes, they're basically doing Showtime Lakers stuff. I think their starting 5, the shortest person on there is Markelle Fultz. Or maybe TJ McConnell. Somewhere, one of them cats. I think it's Fultz. I think Fultz is 6'5". It's the shortest dude in their starting lineup. Ben Simmons is 6'9", point guard, out there stretching it out, balling like Magic Johnson. See, Ben Simmons was what Philadelphia wanted Michael Carter-Williams to be, except Michael Carter-Williams did not have the talent level to achieve what they wanted to achieve. But Ben Simmons is doing everything. He does everything right. The only thing that he kind of needs to work on is his shot. But when that man's on fire, all hell breaks loose. That man averages almost a triple-double. He is in control of that offense, and he can play all 5 positions, people. All 5. He can go up against the short guys in your center if Embiid's knees is hurting. He can play point guard and run circles around that dude because he's too damn long. He can play shooting guard because there's barely any 6'9" shooting guards out there. He can play small forward because there's barely any other 6'9" small forwards out there. He's stronger, he's better, he's faster, and he's smarter. With that said, however, that does not make Philadelphia invincible. As you can see, when the Heat were playing on all 4 cylinders and Dwayne Wade was sticking it to him, that they beat him. Now, they're going into this next round. I got to remember what seed that they're in. Now, let me get the playoff bracket out now. Now you got to make me pull out some brackets real quick. Give me a second. Let me get a bracket going. Scores. Hey. Sorry, I'm going to get a bracket. I apologize in advance. And pull out the brackets. The brackets. Playoffs. Playoffs? So here's your playoff bracket. So right now, Philadelphia has to play the winner of the Boston-Milwaukee series. Okay? So the interesting thing about this Boston-Milwaukee series, because I really want to touch on this series, because this series is probably my favorite series. You got a bunch of trash talking between your boy Rozier and Eric Bledsoe. You got a bunch of young guys. There's no Kyrie. This is a Boston team, number 2 seed with no Kyrie Irving, and these dudes is balling out. It's sad because this whole thing was set up to have Kyrie Irving play LeBron in the Eastern Conference Finals, and we've been robbed of that. We've been robbed of that, America. I feel so ashamed that we've been robbed of such a beautiful and wonderful matchup. But it's okay. You know why? Because there's some fresh faces in here. So Philadelphia at the 3 seed, right? They got to come in, and they just might take advantage of either a Boston team or a Milwaukee team. And I'm going to tell you, this series ain't over. Boston-Milwaukee's going 7. You can mark my words. Boston and Milwaukee is going 7 games. So the winner of this series has to face this young, hungry, fresh Philadelphia team. And if it's Milwaukee, I think they're going to get stomped out. If it's Boston, I don't know. The coach, your boy, I can't remember his name right now. It's just slipping my head. But the coach of Boston is probably one of the best coaches in the NBA. He was the man that coached, oh my goodness, Butler. Yes, he coached Butler. And he coached a hell of a Butler squad. Or was it Xavier? No, it was Butler. Sorry. I got to get my shit straight. I'm having a headache right now. I don't know. But don't underestimate him. If it's Boston, Philly's going to go to 7. If it's Milwaukee getting stomped out 4-1, maybe 4-0. Which then sets up a possibly even better match, because I'm looking at Cleveland to take this series, and I'm really looking at Cleveland to take whoever the hell wins Toronto, Washington. I think that's another series that's going to 7. I believe that Cleveland's going to stomp them out, whoever wins that series, because there's no way in hell that Toronto can compete with Cleveland. It's just not going down. Then it provides the best what I think is actually the best possible matchup for not only the ratings, but for the playoffs, because every time these two teams play each other, LeBron gets all salty, gets all whiny and shit, and it's good for the ratings. And the team that I'm talking about is the Philadelphia 76ers. That's going to be a hell of a matchup. That's the matchup I'm waiting for in the Eastern Conference. In the West, we already know what we're waiting for the main course. Golden State and New Orleans is going to be lit. But that's going to pale in comparison to Golden State, Houston. Golden State and Houston is a prime matchup. I think Golden State beats New Orleans 4-2 because they don't have the center play to just sweep the whole series. So this is a wrap for me. That's just from my opinion. So you can hold me to it if you want to, but I don't know. I'm not no expert. They don't pay me to do that shit. But I bet you I probably win more than I lose if you compare me to them, right? So then the main course, Houston, Golden State. Very easily. Very, very easily 7-gamer. Very easily a 7-gamer. Same thing with Philadelphia, Cleveland. But here's my thought. I think that Philadelphia takes the series against Cleveland. I think that Philadelphia loses. I think Philadelphia is going to stomp that ass out. I said in 7 games, they're going to stomp them out in 7. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be ugly. But the best part about it is, hold on. Let me switch this out. Public. There we go. I'm saving something. Sorry. This might go echo in a second. Just give me a second. I'm saving something. Sorry. This might go Hold on. Echo in a second. Just give me a second. There we go. See, I told you it's going to echo. Told you it's going to echo. All right. So back to this. Just had to get the little clip of the video. Whatever. My bad. I'm straight. So, anyways, back to what I was saying. 7 games. A nice little Philly versus Golden State matchup would be awesome. I mean, yes, there's going to be a lot of pissed off Cleveland fans that's not going to get this that's not going to get this this rematch of the rematch of the rematch. But Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid versus Golden State? Stanky nasty. Super stanky nasty. That is really playoff worthy basketball. I promise you that. That is so much playoff worthy basketball. Need an award for that shit. So we're gonna run on that. Me and Big Sin are gonna talk about that in a little while. I think I really need his input on it. I can't do this shit without Big Sin. But that's half the fun, right? You gotta do it with the homeboy. So now let's talk about the NHL playoffs. Playoffs. That's right, playoffs. Jim, Mora, Guy. So, hold on, let me pop this up. Boop, 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 boop. NHL, there we go. Had to bring it up on there. So, Boston pulls out the victory, wins the series against Toronto 4-3, and advances in the NHL playoffs. I love it. I've always been a fan of Boston, even though blue's my favorite color, so you think I should have been rooting for Toronto? Nah. That's what we're looking at right now. So let's take a look at this. Now now we know that Tampa Bay's advanced. They're on their way. Boston advanced. They're on their way. Capitals have advanced. They're on their way. Penguins have advanced. They're on their way. Predators have advanced. They're on their way. Jets have advanced. They're on their way. VGK every day, all day. Vegas Golden Knights advanced. They're on their way. And the Ducks got their ass kicked by the Sharks. So the Sharks, they're on their way. Now, next round matchup, best matchup of the playoffs, is going to come down to San Jose and Vegas. Every time these two teams play each other, it's a knockout, drag down, son of a gun fight, and I love it. I think it ends up being one of the better matchups of the playoffs. I think that one can go to 7 real easily. I think that's going to be the true test of whether this Vegas team can handle the spotlight that they've accidentally put themselves in by being the best expansion team of possibly all time. Can you imagine? I'm so hyped because I can only imagine what it's going to be like in Vegas if one team in their first season from a city and a state that is not known for hockey bring home the Stanley Cup. How many pissed off Canadians will we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't matter. Pissed off Canadian, mad about Vegas. It's funny to me. And if my homegirl Susie's watching, my bad. But that's the reality. Vegas is coming through. Vegas is going to shut shit down. Vegas is coming here to change the game. That's the realest shit I can tell you like it is. So let's check out the impending schedule for the first games. I bet you all want to know when all these games are going down. Let me pull out the schedule. So tomorrow, Game 1 of Pittsburgh versus Washington goes down at Washington. And then game 1 of San Jose Vegas goes down tomorrow. It'll be on the NBC Sports Network. They'll be back-to-back, doubleheader, baby. You know how it goes. Friday, we will then have Winnipeg at Nashville. I know that my old boss is hyped up about it. And then Boston at Tampa Bay is hyped up. That's going to be fun. I love it. Hold on, getting messages here. Oh, I might be live. What's up, my friend? What's good? What is good? All right. So, with that said, you got to check it out here. Oh, man. So, what else we got going now? Oh, Major League Baseball. We can't forget about baseball. I told you there was going to have a commitment to excellence running through all sports, including baseball. Hold on. Doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo. Gotta love the sound. So, let's run through the scores real quick. I just saw somebody getting their ass kicked 4-1, so hold on. All right. So, this is what we got going down. Let's go over the finals for today. Red Sox beating the Blue Jays 4-3. Phillies beating the Diamondbacks 5-3. I know Phil's got to be happy about that. Rays stomping out the Orioles 8-4. The Indians beating the Cubs 4-1. Yeah, that was that stomp out, 4-1. The Braves beating the Reds 5-4. Dad, rest in peace. He's a Braves fan. Got to be cheering that from heaven. The Tigers beating the Pirates in a football score 13-10. Nationals beating the Giants 15-2. Jesus Christ. Ooh, stomp out. Captain stomp out on that shit. Captain stomp out. Ooh, that just left a bad taste in my mouth on that one. Captain stomp out on that shit. Oh my God. Oh. Ooh. All right. Back to the situation at hand. Let me check. Sorry. Oh. So we got the Rockies beating the Padres 5-2. And then the Astros beating the Angels 5-2 as well. And finally, the Mariners beating the White Sox 4-3. Awesome. Awesome sauce. Now in the games that are actually active, we got the Pirates beating the Tigers 4-3. The Brewers beating the Royals 6-2. The Cardinals are beating the Mets 9-1 at the top of the 7th. Another stomp out game. I guess they said, the Nationals can hit 15. Then we could probably hit 20. Let's see if that happens. The Rangers beating the Athletics 3-2. The A's better step their asses up. The Dodgers getting their asses kicked by the Marlins. That's just a shame. The Marlins shouldn't even have won any games. The Marlins are so garbage. Their fans know that they're garbage. Derek Jeter knew that they were garbage. That's why he traded his fucking franchise player. And then finally, the Yankees beating the Twins 7-4. That, my friends, is your MLB rundown. So, with that said, anything else that I'd like to add? Of course, plenty I'd like to add. First things first, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching Sinful Black Entertainment. It has been a pleasure and a privilege to have you guys watch our show on a daily, if not every other daily basis. We really do appreciate you showing up for Sinful Black Entertainment. We have a few things on deck. Yesterday, we just launched a pilot show for our new video game show, me and Big Sim. Views are getting up there, so I'm glad that they're getting a little bit of exposure. Really happy about that. What else is there? I feel like I'm missing something. Something that you guys can use to, I don't know, perhaps watch us a little bit more on YouTube. Perhaps if you like us a little bit more, or if you want other friends to see what we do and you perhaps share that, or if you're on YouTube, you could tweet us out or possibly retweet us out. If only there was a method that you guys can use to do that. There is. Subscribe to Sinful Black Entertainment on YouTube, SYNFULBLAQENT. We have Facebook, of course, SYNFULBLAQENT. Subscribe, like us on there. Follow and watch what we do. What else we got? Oh, yes. Instagram. Follow us on the Instagram. Follow us on the YouTube. Retweet it. We have social media on a full surrounded with their hands up and their pants down. Sinful Black is no longer playing. We are doing our Thug Thizzle, and we're doing it for y'all because you guys said you wanted better, and that's exactly what we're doing. It's giving you better. We're giving you better content, more things to choose from. We even got the gameplays on deck that ain't nobody else is fucking around with. We got the gameplays on deck. Sinful Black has got you covered. Now, everything else is on you. If you like it, please, please, please show us some love and help us do our Thug Thizzle. Other than that, I hope everybody has a wonderful, happy, safe, and blessed night. It is Wednesday. Tomorrow is Wrestling Talk. So if you in the WWE, you in the TNA, you into the indies, I'm going to go over some indie stuff tomorrow too. I bet y'all ain't know about that. We actually have an indie little program down here in Orlando that performs in a nightclub. It's MLW, Major League Wrestling. Your boy Pentagon Dark is going to be there this weekend. That should be fun as fuck. But we'll talk about that more tomorrow. Other than that, again, I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. And I'll see you tomorrow on the flip side. Hope y'all have a wonderful day. And who knows, you just might catch me in the morning with a good cup of coffee. Holla at your boy. Deuces.